And I think that you get 2 of them per, like when 2 overlap, that's 2.
So
So
both
I think
of the
think
yeah,
both sets
yeah.
were overlapping.
I didn't see if we got the true heart or not.
Walker.
I can't switch. It's partner. Don't let us down, Lena.
Careful about
Should
your
be fine.
jaggies.
My life flashed before my eyes.
It's switched.
Swap. Swap.
Again.
Shield.
I need purple.
Actually, stay still. Okay, check the debuffs. Check the debuffs. Hold still for a second. I'm gonna heal Fluxo.
Alright, Brute's a bit higher than normal, so should be good to.
Yeah, Cruise is
keep
also
target.
way lower than normal, so
Yeah,
we are pretty good.
that's fine. Oh,
Check down spot now.
People like just leaving.
Alright, yeah.
Lens in the
dead.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
We got flamethrower.
Yeah, that we got baited by third.
Stack up.
Oh
shit. I'll make it. I'll make it.
Oh. What the?
That wasn't crystal.
I think that
That
was
was the orb,
the
right? Orbs colliding. Oh.
fire orbs, I think.
Sure. Yeah, it was the ones on Brute Justice side. They exploded a bit later than the ones on our side, but is that just overlapping?
The second time I've ever had orbs the entire time that we've been doing this, so I have no fucking idea how the positioning or the sizing or anything works. Trying to figure it out.
So there's, you know, the red circles. If you are one of the northern ones, you have to be. So there's the east and west. Cardinal east and west is where Brute Justice and Crusader are, but they're like, you know, randomly one or the other. And they have like a red dot in front of them. Those are Cardinal east and west, and then one red dot up from those, like towards the north, is not quite far enough. You have to go like a rivet beyond that, and that will space out the orbs. Yeah, we made a convenient image long time ago for this. Let me find it.
Did we check? Did anyone check if we got a golden heart or the heart was
Yeah,
fine?
yeah, that was fine. That was fine.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I put the image in Alex Ultimate again. But you see how the upper green circles are around like
Yeah,
the
I know.
rivets
I
rather
know
than-
what I'm supposed to do. We can skip all this. Let's just go. I know what I'm supposed to do. I fucked it up. It's because I've never had it before, so not used to exactly how it works when I'm actually supposed to do it. Takes me a few times. I'll get it. Let's go. don't know what the fuck I was doing there.
Good, good.
You're in your right spots for easy and whatnot.
Venison's a little early.
Fuck.
Swap.
I need 5.
Okay.
Need purple.
I already got it. Too big spade. Alright, let's have a moment. I'm gonna grab me some more ice flow water. Alright, I'm back. Wait, what's going on with these markers? I don't think that's how these usually are.
What are these?
Do you have different ones depending on each You're right, but do you have one for each like cardinal? That like depending on where brute justice is?
Yeah, this is not necessarily how it's always going to be, right? I don't think brute justice is always.
No, I believe for Inception. Well, maybe actually, maybe because I think only Shinoa and Alex swap positions. So relative to Alexander, it looks like brute justice and cruise chaser swap. But I think those are actually static.
Oh, I see.
So
So
it might actually work if that is I don't really remember which one's on which side. But
yeah,
I think
that could be quite useful.
it should be fine then. If that is the correct side, then yes.
All right, let's do a raid check. Do you still need me to do the first set of phase 3 markers? Or do you have a system down for this?
First one's in Inception.
For these ones? Because the way that you have those cardinals will not suffice for the... Alright, I will continue to set the second set of markers now.
If everyone was ready.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah, you did say. I just like not being able to check the thing it tells you who is not ready. Goes way too quickly.
Oh, it felt weird. Swap. Swap.
Any blue?
I need green and continue. Okay, go. Check debuffs. Hold for a second. Go. I'm hitting Futso.
Earth? More bird?
Dance partner.
So actually again. We had the same partner last time for this.
Alright, stay stack. Look at Alex.
Don't have most of them on here. Alright, middle.
Alright, watch the heart, see where it goes.
Tanks and shed sentence to the left.
Still for brute justice.
Mid.
Oh god.
Oh. Can't.
Oh, okay, I guess that was.
Berg.
I'm raising Ashi.
Alright. You already did it. Am I beginning missing a number?
Brute justice.
Well, yeah.
A puddle exploded. We didn't have the person alive that was supposed to take one of the first sets, so they killed us all. Just
Okay,
Try
that
and call out running to Brute Justice at the start.
that sacrament position, right? That was I had to pretty much had to be on the that was super jump right after that, and we were on top of the PJ, and I had no way of getting to the other side. I tried to go straight cut through center, hopefully but that wasn't good because obviously the mechanics going out there. So
I think you just need to be quicker.
it's exactly the opposite side.
We were stacked and I didn't get hit by it, dude. I was on the same side as you. Like, there is time.
No, I mean I had to go to the other side for the super jump bait.
I dodged the swords and I baited the
You're
super
saying
jump.
that? Okay, I can
There is
go around and
time.
still make it. Okay, all right.
Yes, there is time.
Did you
Like,
have to sprint or not?
No, I didn't have sprint.
All right.
I used sprint for the first
I'm
part.
not gonna bother going. I'm not gonna come through center. I'll just go around.
I am totally fine with people not being 100% on wormhole for tonight, Len, and I'm happy to go over it with you. Yeah, well, I'll go over it with you for sure. For tonight, I want us to start getting there consistently. It's actually going slightly better than I anticipated tonight, if I'm totally honest, and therefore we're getting to wormhole more often than I thought. But really, we're not getting the cruise chaser down just before it, so I really want to improve on that more than anything else.
Yeah.
Alpha swords. So what I will say about wormhole for when we not WJS North for the last day. Oh, that's okay. That was fucked by more than just you for that last bit.
So yeah, it's just. So are we supposed to use Brute Justice's North for that very last stack? Is that correct?
Yeah, and I will tell you why.
Okay,
I'll tell you why. Because the thing is, so we have to bait 3 cleaves in like some direction or another. But the next thing that happens is that Brute Justice is going to do super jump, so he's going to go all the way over Cruise Chaser in the middle, and it has to be baited to as far as possible from the other tank.
Yeah.
So Brute
it makes
Justice
sense.
is going.
Yeah.
So we have to align to Brute Justice, in order to make that jump of him jumping over Cruise Chaser onto the tank right at the back, and that's why we do it that way.
Because like if Liquid was Alex and Brute Justice was over on B side, like I ran to my south spot here, and I was like, oh shit, and then I realized too late that I was like, oh, I was supposed to align to Brute Justice, so that was.
So like I think these markers will always work as long as Lena gets them up. That the DPS will always be on B, Airship will always be on A, Zell will always be on C. If you're not, if you weren't the tether DPS,
Yeah, because tether DPS is B, and then everybody else is
everybody else is on 1.
Yeah.
1. Yeah.
And then offense is on 2.
Yeah. And what I will say about if we do if we LB3 our way through and cheese it and see a little bit of wormhole, get a sneak peek of wormhole, it's going to be a bit of a panic. And I haven't even been doing this in time, but what I'll do is I will hit, assuming that I am have the presence of mind, so to speak, to actually hit this button. I will hit this button. We're going to wait in the middle whilst he casts the wormhole, like he's got a cast bar. As cast bar finishes, we look for Brute Justice on the wall and we run to him. Because we're baiting chakrams first. As we're against the wall, as we see him start to cast as the chakrams land basically next to him, which is I think when he starts to cast the chakram link up, that's when we run back to the center. And it's in those moments there, we're running back to the center after having baited chakrams, is when you have to start thinking about what your number does. And for tonight, if you have absolutely fucking no idea, that's fine, because it's a panic still for everybody, and we haven't been getting there cleanly. So focus on that and just keep that in mind. And at some point later, I will go over with you what 1 to 8 does. Really, it's just there are 2 things you might have to be doing, and those things are mirrored on east and west. So you might be one of the 1 to 4, or you might be one of 5 to 8, and you might be on the left or you might be on the right. I will go over with that with you later on. But for now, if we can bait chakrams and run to our starting positions, which is as I put in this macro, one of those positions. If we get that far, that would be good prog for tonight. And then that's some experience that you can keep in mind as we try and go over this later with what data is supposed to do. But I want to, this mechanic is like deceptive because it seems really complicated because there's a lot of moving parts, but it's one of those things where, like I said, it's a lot of it is mirrored, so it is a case of remembering one of like 4 things essentially, and there is and it does make a sense. It does make like a logic, but we'll have to go through it later. But for now, like I will be happy if we just do the Alpha Swords part with the super jump correctly. I mean,
Yeah, I mean that
really-
was almost clean. I think I was the only one that screwed that up
I think
because
Earthness
I was in
didn't.
the wrong spot. But
I think Earthness didn't get to
I was-
a position where he could get clear of one of the Alpha Swords at the start as well.
I was in the right spot. I just didn't pop my arms correctly, so I got like pushed toward the outside.
Oh,
No, he means
okay.
he means the Alpha Sword, like not wormhole.
yeah,
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
it's
yeah,
I'm pretty.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I was the only one that screwed that
So
one.
that
up.
one
Wrong
was
spot.
me panicking because I had to go to opposites of Brute Justice for super jump bait, but we were on the super PJ, so
Yeah, I think you can. I think you probably can just run through.
no,
The
I can't do
middle.
that.
Well,
I get clean.
well, you can
I have to go
you can
round.
like you can
Yeah.
you can like take a long way around. Like I think
Okay.
there's plenty of time for that.
Center is not definitely a
Okay,
method
okay.
because I got cleaned by doing that.
Because you
But
might
you do-
accidentally
do-
like take the
you
boss
do-
over.
Yeah,
You do
I
just
did
want
get
to
clean.
you do just want to be quick because like after like as soon as the like debuffs and the sacrament resolves, like you should be like basically already in the middle, or
You know
like
what?
close to it.
I might actually save sprint just for that part because of during the inception, right? I'm taking generally the inside of the crystal anyway, so like I don't have to use sprint to get anywhere because even if I'm kind of close to center, like I won't think I will die, right? So
Yeah, you can try. You can see how that goes. if
that
you
was
try
like
so.
yeah one of the worst RNG case there with that for that specific
Yeah.
part.
Keep in mind, I'm not sure if like if you delay sprint that long, I'm not sure if it'll be up for if you need it in wormhole.
In wormhole, well, if you need it for the end of wormhole, you should do. If you need it at the beginning of wormhole, it does see.
I mean, I can check the timeline spreadsheet
Yeah,
there or
we can
something. Yeah.
check it against a thing.
Yeah, I can double check and see if there's an option or not.
Huh?
Is that a facing thing? Looks like you got knocked back.
I have no idea why I wouldn't have been facing the right way. But yeah.
It's alright. We got there.
I definitely had something similar happen where it felt like he like hit me from behind while I was in front or something. Gave me the old reach around.
I'll just have to go back and watch that one later because I'm kind of curious.
Swap.
Hopefully that's not too close.
Yeah, that's fine. Was a bit closer than usual. Do in a bit
Ricochet
further,
or-
so just be careful.
Me purple.
He's still ashy. Alright, check your debuff.
Water and lightning stone.
That was fucking dicey as hell. Got it though.
Oh yeah.
I'm healing fuck so.
I'm gonna reach and sneaking out the back here. Alright. AoE them. True target. We lost the damage at the start. Shed weakness.
Swap down spot now.
Yeah, I forgot to swap it back.
It's fine.
Alright. Debuff. Further spell? Yep, fine.
Get ready to spread out luck. Look for Alex's north.
You go north. You go north. Okay.
As long as you don't get hit by mine, then you're fine.
Yeah, yeah, that's all I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Hey, watch the true heart,
Alright.
watch it.
You want me
Remember,
to
it's
be in
going to
the
be
corner?
shared sentence. Shared sentence is going to be left.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, here.
And move.
Move now. Yeah. Oh. I don't know about that one, actually.
Thanks, shit.
Oh, yeah. Chance to leave.
Yeah, get away from the front side.
Yep, I've moved. I've moved. All right, wormhole. Check these numbers. Remember, we're going to run to root justice. Move.
Shit. Where am I?
Ooh, the first one was okay.
Yeah. This way too.
All right, so that wasn't too bad. One was faced inwards and did the cleave into
Yeah.
the thing, but that's like okay, that's fine. That's the kind of thing.
So, yeah. So for one, yeah, opposite. Well, as we, I guess it is on like the Crusader. The thing about 1 and 2, when you're looking at what is said in the macro, Crusader is no longer going to be there. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
kind of like.
You have to kind of remember, like, you have to kind
You
of.
do have to eye up Cruise Chaser, yeah, as we're
Yeah.
waiting for the for
He
Brute
disappears.
Justice. As we're running
It's
towards
kind of-
Brute Justice, basically, we have to keep an eye.
It's kind of
I
like
wanted to.
how you would say that 4 is directly opposite Brute Justice, but like 1 and 2 are like perpendicular. Like, if that makes sense, like they're not directly opposite; they're off to the side. Like, you just run across, you cut across the short side of the arena. So if like Brute Justice is over here,
Was there
I'm just gonna borrow some markers.
was there a different marker at that time, or was this the same one that we had?
I don't know. I think those were the ones. I think Lena put them up for the cleaves. I don't know if any got changed after that.
Is it the same one that the airship was using initially, just for like the cardinal markers? Was it different?
I
As
don't
what?
remember. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, what are you
Like,
asking?
what was the marker we had at time the last time we got the wormhole there?
To
I think those
wormhole?
were just those were just the initial, because there's ones at the start of Inception that you place those ones if you can. There's
The one that airship used, right? The one
No,
that,
Yeah.
but when we get to Inception, yes, I'll place them. Hang on a second.
'cause
Yeah,
the-
so these
yeah, this one.
these are our Inception marker.
How
This one
what?
looks good for wormhole too.
Thing
Or
is,
was that not me? Was
he's-
that me or is that not me?
I think you
I
ordered.
think you wanted it. It's not. It's
Yeah.
whatever. We're just looking for markers.
The thing is with Wormhole, I think it's random where they spawn. It's just that relative to each other, like it will be the same.
Yeah, but the 5 to 6 is static, so we're doing a static part, so they can still use the marker to the full extent, right?
I'm
really.
not sure. I'm not sure how helpful.
Because
the
like,
markers are.
I mean, like if he spawns north and then like Brute Justice can be over here or it can be flipped, but then Alexander can also probably spawn on B side or 2 side. Might be able to. I think it's you can only probably spawn on Cardinals. But
5 to 8, yeah, we're doing cardinal.
I guess like you wouldn't be able to use a specific marker, but there would be markers. But I'm not sure how
Yeah.
useful these would be.
1 and 2 are useful, because you can always do east and west. So those are useful. A and B, probably not, because yeah, they can be either north or south.
No, you're talking
One-
about Inception.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the wormhole.
No, because 1 and 2
Alright.
won't always be east and west because you don't know where Alex is going to spawn in this relative twilight.
And then, well, yeah, you're talking about 5 to 8 being.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
static. But
For-
like, I don't know if it's actually going to work. Like, we can have a set of markers for Wormhole, but I'm not sure what ones they like would be. The thing you just have to like think about is the dots, red dots. If you look in just at that, like on one of the things in the
Well,
Yeah,
what
the
I'm
red
saying
dots
is
are like
that
the only static thing that you can really
in
do.
like in the Google Doc the presentation or whatever on like slide 66, it shows you where to go at the very start for all of the numbers, and it's basically everyone goes to a dot based
Okay.
on where Alexander is and where Brute Justice is. Alexander will dictate where 5 through 8 go. Brute Justice will dictate where 1 through 4 will go. And it's
All
always
I'm
going
saying
to be
that
those dots.
all I'm saying is that a genetic clean cardinal marker is useful for that one because at least 5 to 8, you know you're going to a static cardinal. So for those people east and west is clear indication of that is very useful for them. Although first 1 through 4 needs to look around and make sure that you guys see where they spawn, right? But at least half of them can use that.
So if we have a set of markers where it's like they're on the deep cardinals,
You
that
would
might be
only you would
Only make use of the east and west, yeah. Number 1 and 2 is only useful here for wormhole. So that's good.
Yeah.
You can A and B, you can
Sure.
kind of ignore because you're for anyone else other than 5 to 8, you're gonna use your position based on BJ and CC spawn.
Yeah, I mean there'll be two. So if we do that, if we do markers on deep cardinals for wormhole, what will that mean is there'll be an east and a west marker that might be somewhat useful, and there'll be a north and a south one that's just going to be sacramented, but that's fine because we can just disregard them.
So yeah, so anything that we can mark that's clear enough to actually make use of east and west, that's gonna be useful. So which one are we using there? That's my question is. This one or the Linux one?
It'll be Lena's one because I'm not resetting it after Cruise Chase. So it won't be this one.
You don't have to make marker for every dot, but just that general direction should be good.
Do you want to use these ones for wormhole? Do you think these are good enough for wormhole? They're probably fine, right?
Yeah, sure, I'll just
Yeah.
put them back up after we're done with Inception. There's no reason not to if people find them helpful.
Yes, for 5, 6, you go to east or west, right? Just look at 2 or 1. That's what you gotta do. Half of the number you can go direct in just based on the marker, at least the beginning part.
So then, basically, is what I'm going to say. There is one random thing where the puddles that you have to soak can either be sort of north of the east-west divide or south of the east-west divide on either side. Like they have like basically 4 random positions, and
Right.
based on that, you'll have to adjust slightly. But yes, for the most
Okay.
part, you will be
Okay,
running
yeah.
through.
You seem to understand the gist of my question, so yeah, that's what I was.
But yes, 1 and 4, they have to think about where to run at the start, based on like where the bosses are.
Yeah, because 1 through 4 could be flipped based on
Yeah.
where they spawn, but 5 through 8 will always be
Yeah, the hard east and hard west,
hard
like,
east. Yeah,
always.
exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
That is relative to Alex being north, by the way.
Right,
That's not like
right.
basically. Yeah.
So at least knowing the east and west color marker is useful.
Also, one thing to keep in mind is 5 and 6. After they soak their puddle, their limit cut is that they will be on the rivets, the middle rivet between the 2 dots that they were near.
Yeah, that is something that I don't expect people to master for tonight, but that will be a thing to keep in mind. Like those 5 and 6 are like the important.
I think
Like,
5 and
cross
6
the arena.
might be the hardest limit cut part because you have to be there like the quickest.
Yeah, I think so, and it's also like super key that you don't like there are like 2 different people who are like trying to dodge your limit cut dash as well, so you have to like place it perfectly. Honestly, Lena, I think just Cardinals, because I don't know if it's possible for like Alex to spawn, let's say C in the scenario, and then us to just not have the Cardinal markers that both of us spawn.
I think clean is better. I like the airship one. Just straight up.
Is either for wormhole, it's
Yeah.
always north or south.
If that's
Maybe-
true,
I think so.
if that's true, then this is good, and if that's true, then I like these ones.
Yeah, all attempts so far, he's always spawned like actual arena cardinal north every single time.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
You might actually want to flip the red color to the left side, because west sider and red people even numbers for the 5 through 8, so it might be easier for them to remember. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Basically,
red-
he's saying that like you might just look
I
at the
see.
number and
Yeah,
think,
for color related memorization if you
Yeah.
need. And the CMD could flip too. It could be the blue side, so the odd number 3 and 5. 3, 5, 8, 7.
So put
Yeah, just flip it all.
no, you want the blue and the purple to be like where A and 1 is now. The blue. Oh no, yeah, I get you. So put C on put C west.
No, east.
East. Yeah, D
Hey,
is west.
wait.
And now flip 1, 2, and A and B.
I thought evens were evens red or blue. I
Evens
don't
red.
look for that.
He was red.
Okay, oh, blue. Right, yes. Right, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
ACD calls your number and you're not 1 through 4, then you're odd number. You're probably going to see blue
Well,
color.
well, I guess those ones are. Well, it won't matter for the other ones because it's based on Brute Justice, right?
1
So
through
you
4,
can't
you gotta
always-
ignore the color. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're never gonna use
Never
that.
trust color.
Yep. All you're trusting is the location of where the boss spawns. That's it.
If he's always
Especially
north,
the-
that'd be good.
But yeah, everybody should look at kind of glance like and double check, make sure where the CC spawns, because I got one that kind of disoriented myself, even though I kind of know where direction is, but like
Yeah.
this wasn't like.
I
Yeah,
guess with
exactly.
these markers it helps because like they will help. Like let's say Alex is north, like true north as it is now, and you see Brute Justice at like A, and you run to A, and you didn't happen to catch where Cruise Chaser is, you can intuit that it would be at B. So
Well, these are basically
there's
the
like a marker
the safe spots, right? If you are south or north in the north part where there's no parts where there's the markers are, then you're probably in the wrong spot, right? Because no one is ever like to
Not-
the
Well, yeah.
like
Well, this is
directly
Sacrament.
north or directly south because of Sacrament.
These aren't 100% a safe spot. Remember, for number 2 and 4, you have to kind of like, for example, let's say this is the red dot, right? And then this is the red dot, you're number 2. And then Alex is B. So you're here, right? You want to be sort of, you want to kind of squeeze it just like at the edge of the red button. Because
I
the
know.
Sacrament laser is going to glaze, kind of like he's going to kind of hit through the red button. So you want
I
to be
mean-
like on the other side.
I think you're okay if you're on the red button.
Yeah, I think so. Like that's what they say. Like the red button is like the safest place you can be.
Yeah, I would just be
Like,
on
as long as
on
you
the
just-
red button. I don't know that if I
you-
trust your like weird knowledge here of not being on the red button against
No,
everything
it's
else
there.
which is
It's in
obvious.
their
If you-
guide.
No,
It's there in the
if
guide.
you look at the guide, you can stand in the middle of the red button and be fine. It's literally just one of the edges will be like unsafe.
Yeah, but
Like,
just it's a little bit more slight if you want to be that way, like you know.
If you're in the center of the red button, you're safe.
Yeah,
End
I
of
like
story.
I like not complicating it further than if you're safe in the center of the red button always. So that is not.
The only-
I think complication to that is a very strange thing to want to do.
The only one that could be unsafe is if the Brute Justice beta does it incorrectly. But other than that, the red dots are safe from the other mechanics, like the Sacrament. Those ones, at least, not the north-south ones are not safe. Should not be north or south. Alright.
I'd just like to point out that I can repair gear while dancing, but I can't cast Curing Waltz.
Curing Arts is high level magic.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
It's a bit strange. I thought you could use it off GCs. Oh, it was like roll
Some you
actions.
can.
I think it's roll actions you can use.
Yeah.
I think they
Roll actions
specify
can
that.
some stuff, but like you can't shield Samba, you can't Curing Waltz.
Yeah.
But you can repair gear.
I think they just didn't want people to be like weaving fan dances and shit during it.
You can't fan dance during dance.
You can't dance while you dance. I mean,
Nope.
that's just like that makes sense.
Not sure about that one.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, we're fucked.
yeah, and then someone.
And then we're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just straight up slugged.
I was casting heal spells, but they were AoE ones. Hmm.
I mean, don't you guys have Search and Veil on that during the time?
Oh.
6 is gonna be weird.
No. Oh.
Oh, rip.
Bad one no matter what.
We did it, Lena! We did it!
Or did you?
We did.
You're dead.
Well, that was on purpose. And we ran into the wall. Don't give brute justice satisfaction with that J kick.
Can you even arrange that?
Probably not.
Well,
Just enumeration?
I think so.
I don't think we'll be able to pass this time.
We might as well. I mean, we might as well. This we don't need to practice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped doing anything anyway. It's like, what?
So,
Oh, you clipped the tornado.
yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Spot.
What?
Enumeration.
It's just
That's
someone
Richard.
wasn't
He
right.
thought it was on hand.
It's alright. Swap. Swap. Ready for shield.
My blue.
Green.
Check the debuff. Swap. Swap. DPS get in line. Range specific.
What are you doing?
No.
Melee first. Do we want to do? Well, never mind. I mean, if
Oh,
you
we're
want
doing
range
range
to go in
first.
first, then that's fine. I mean, somebody said no because then melee's off the boss for longer.
No, it was
Something.
the other way around. You didn't want the melee going in first because that pulls them off the boss for longer.
All right. Well, y'all were in there super fast. Yeah, that's fine.
Seems like DPS first is a little clunky today.
It's just more finicky because it's like because they're free of having to deal with other things. They're just DPSing. Whereas we have to position the boss, and that like will take time regardless. You kind of have to make the same movements or similar movements either way.
Swap.
Oh. It's sketchy.
swap. Shield.
Any green?
Stay still there. Okay. Check your debuff.
Check your debuff.
Okay, move. I'm gonna be healing Foxer.
Now you gotta be careful. I think that'll only work if we're standing like more north, or if like he's baited
Sounds fine.
like direct north.
If I ever remember to switch it back to Richard. I wonder if I can precast dance there. I bet I can. Because I think all the timers will stop.
Yeah, everything stops for that.
Start
Bring
doing
that
that.
stuff if you need.
Get an extra few GCDs in on him. I gotta figure out where I
One
can
of those, yeah.
precast on the next one.
Lights back up. We're gonna look for Alex. Alex is gonna be north.
Sweet.
Alright. Mid.
Look at the heart.
Shared sentence.
And then you're going left.
Two tanks. Ooh, everyone. Oh. Okay, mid. Alpinist on 2.
Ah.
Okay.
I'm getting Richard. I'm getting that. Okay, let's got him.
That's also got me.
Okay. Remember, we're going straight towards Brute Justice and on the red dot. Everybody needs Pussy. I don't know. I'm a fool.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was my fault. Alright.
Oh, right, I am
Outside.
facing the wrong way.
Yeah. That was my fault. Whoever followed me. Fuck.
Yeah, that was me. And I was like, wait a minute. It was
Yeah.
Alex.
Wrong middleman.
We didn't get the marker change part. I'm not gonna rely on the markers anymore.
Um,
I'm just gonna. No, I'm 5.
it was 5. I
was
was 7.
I went to west
I was
instead
like,
of east.
yeah. I was like over there. I was like, this feels wrong. Not. Are you doing the trigonometry thing where it like dictates where places the markers based on cast or whatever? Yeah. It did not do it.
Fortunately, I think you only cleave 2 people.
Yeah. Wasn't too bad.
And
Technically, is well, there is a period of like DPS time there. The death that we had on Inception was fine because there's nothing to hit. Like
Yeah, I
maybe
don't
you'll
know.
have weakness, but
what got me there? I might have touched the wall, but I think it was just
I think it was
because something hit me
explosion.
for like 86k, and I don't know what
That would have
specifically
been.
that was.
It would have been a judgment crystal, I think.
You're
Yeah, let
too
me.
close.
Yeah, that was a Tetra Shatter. So that's just
Oh,
being
Tetra
too close
Shatter,
to one of the
okay.
crystals. Which crystal? What did you have? Did you have the more southern?
I was east.
orb?
East
I was
in
east.
Sorrento or east back.
Yeah, I was straight east.
Yeah. So for
And I
that,
kind of,
like,
I mean, I dashed basically straight across the middle. I guess I should have went.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
more
think
north.
you need to curve around. Definitely want to curve around
Yeah,
towards
okay.
Alex.
Well, that explains that. I mean, there's
Because
also a
it's
lot
like-
of damage going out there, so it's just like, but since everybody
Yeah,
else,
it's just
everybody else
it's one of those things where you want to get to the group, but like doing so, like cutting across might be shorter, but like you're going to get hit by the card known as the high range roll of Tetra Shatter.
Yeah.
You try and jaywalk.
Yeah, if sprint should be safe to use there, so
Yeah.
I'll just keep that in mind for next time with that.
You also don't need to worry too much about it, just because you have the last flamethrowers as DPS. They're only really a problem.
Yeah.
For
No,
me,
and
'cause I gotta
yeah,
get
and
to the other side.
well, and it's hitting like the 3 closest, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so
but
it's
the
like
thing is,
even-
as long as me and Optimus get hit, then it doesn't matter like who's closest again, because it can't pick us
as long
again.
as you're in
and
that
it's gonna go on.
general direction where he's supposed to
Yeah.
fire. Okay.
Yeah.
sure,
we
yeah.
only have-
All right, I need like 2 minutes though. I've had to use the bathroom for the past.
yeah, no,
30
sure.
minutes.
I tell you what, guys, just take 10, take a full 10, and we'll come back and do 50 minutes, and that's I think our scheduled stop time, right?
Really, sir.
Yeah, I gotta notified if that marker set for Lena is gonna be working for a wormhole or not. Because if not, then I need to make sure that I need to check where the CC and the CC is also, and then where is west and east before I go middle.
My advice to you is if they confuse you even slightly, just
No, I'm
ignore
not gonna
them.
confuse. I'm just saying that like I was shown which marker we're gonna use for that phase, and it doesn't change. So then I'm not prepared to
It's fine. I will spam the clear markers button for the entire thing. That's fine.
I mean, if I'm just doing it my own, then I will do it. But I just need to know.
Yep, just do it based on where they are. The markers. I'll One the useful mark would be to mark where Cruise Chaser was, but like it's really hard to get that down.
Yeah, the thing is, like, if it's not useful, it's just the noise on the screen, right? Like it's just distracting you.
Was for wormhole, was Alex north that time? I wasn't watching.
Not
Mhm.
sure.
Okay.
Because if you figure out your east and west on your own, then you gotta know which is north, which is south, right? When it's flipped and stuff like that. Because it's not gonna be like static.
I think I did 6 correctly. I mean, we died before I could do like the back half of it, but I soaked the first puddle on the west side, and then I was going to move to the rivet.
I mean, I knew what to do. Like, I knew I had to get a first photo, but I went to the west instead of east. 'Cause I was
Alex was directly south. Yeah, for
Okay.
wormhole, which is where me and Fuxo ran, and we were like, "Oh look, big metal guy." And then,
Yeah, Big
oh,
Metal
shit,
Man. Oh,
wait.
it's the wrong one. Ooh. But I don't know, did the chat rooms end up banning correctly? I think they might have.
I think. Well, I don't think anyone died to check them straight up.
Yeah, I
But,
think we might have lucked out on who they selected.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I
Chakram
keep
is
getting.
my-
I keep getting the like upper numbers. I've had like 7. I've had 6. I've had
I think
5.
I'm beginning
I
to
think.
see the merit of the way TPS is doing it for the at least choosing which side you're going. Because all you have to do is look at the BJ or CC. That's it. That's all you gotta know. Which side is those?
That's the same. Oh no, no,
It's the
no. They
same.
oriented. Okay. Well, it's this. Well, yeah. Well, for us, it's just you got to know where Alexander is. Like it's
Yeah,
the same
I'm
thing. You just look for different.
I mean, Alexander's always going to be in the same place relative to both of them. It's just they're going to be in different places
Yeah.
relative to Alexander.
But the thing is like that we do half, right? One's a static based on the so if Alexander spawns as south or north, you know, your east and west is not really relative to your character's left or right. It's not.
I mean,
That's
there's no matter
changes.
which system you use, there's exactly the same number of things that are random.
Right,
So
right. But I'm saying that
you
there's
just
a
pick your anchor. You pick your one constant, and it doesn't
there's
make a difference.
just a less checklist in terms of that. Like all you gotta do if you do that side is
Spend
that
less
you know.
time thinking about the other strat and what I'm thinking about the strat that we're using, dude.
Yeah, you're complicating things for no reason, and also you're thinking about this in a very strange way.
Yeah, we're seeing it like, although we still have, we got through like, I think that was our best like attempt through the end of Inception. So like the more often we get there, the more we'll just like, it's all about consistency really.
Yeah,
The less
I
we
mean
wipe earlier on, the further we'll get just by the fact that we'll see the newer mechanics more often.
we've had a good number of gavel pulls today, which just helps a lot.
Hmm.
I need to remember to hit this macro, this one that pulls out the numbers like earlier. I don't know if anyone else is reading them, but like,
Oh yes, please, absolutely. Good macro. I have the macro text open on my other monitor, and I've been looking over there.
Yeah, it's good. It's
So
good as
nice.
a reference. Like I've just been peeking.
That's
Like,
probably
wait
not-
a second, what am I doing?
I feel like either that or have the like slide 66, I think it was. Although I guess it's like it can be sort of flipped. Like you might have to just think about that. Just the idea of like, I guess you could put both images next to each other, but like the idea of just where you need to go initially, because you'll have a little bit of time after that to sort of remember. Oh, okay, I'm the first soak. I'm the second soak, or like, okay, I'm the first one, the first limit cut. Got to pop arm's length or whatever, or the things that 4 and 3 have to do. Because like if you look at that and you get and you have 3, you'll be like, okay, like while you're like after you run out, you always got to remember to run out, even if you're 3. You just have to wait for the chakram. But like this whole thing will just be about like everyone. Like I don't expect everyone to like get every roll, every number perfect first time they get it. But the main thing will just be going to where you're supposed to be. And if you miss time at arm's length, or like, I think that the main ones will just be the 5 and 6 getting their limit cut right, and 1 and 2 getting the last soak are going to be the hardest parts of that. once
Yeah.
everyone knows where they have to be at the very start after the chakra.
And so, arm's length there is just insurance more than requirement, correct?
It's a
No,
requirement for the odd numbers.
it-
For the odd numbers, you
it-
get shunted forward, and you can't get shunted into the wall. So you,
Yeah.
and you're
Oh, so
facing
you
against-
even if you're facing the dash, you still get punted.
No,
Yes.
the dash is fine. It's the
That's
cone.
Yeah.
The cone.
Oh,
it's-
right.
It works. It works exactly
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah,
as
yeah.
in the first limit cut. You can't. So you're going to be facing the cones out of the arena, and you can't afford to get shunted forward because you're going to the death wall. So you have to arm's length.
I think it's just when he does limit cut, because he doesn't do limit cut when he does the other alpha swords. So I think that's what gives alpha sword the knockback property.
For the
Technically
even numbers, just safety. For even numbers, you can always just face into the middle of the arena and be fine. But for safety, you can hit arm's length because, like, again.
Continue to be
In
like,
fact-
you think you have a cone and face out, and then just
In fact, if you want to just never have to worry about if you are cone or dash, you can always just like arm's length and face out of the arena. But you still have to know like the timing. When do you want to have like a rundown of wormhole? Like get to ask all the questions and such. I don't know if you want to do
I'm
it like
free
straight
tonight.
after raid because like you're free tonight. Well, I'm pretty tired. Are you free before raid
Yeah.
tomorrow?
I should be. Yeah. I don't think I have
That would
anything
be
going on tomorrow morning.
that'd be preferable for me because I mean it would technically be better to do it after this because then you'll have longer to sort of sit and think about it. But I'm so
Yeah, I mean, I know this frustrates you, but having seen the mechanic, it's starting to make more sense now.
I don't mind that. The problem is we can't afford to have you see all 8 sections of it before like you begin to learn each of them individually because that will take months. And
No. Like,
but hopefully having seen some of the inner
having seen,
workings,
like-
you can contextualize like what's in the
exactly.
builds.
I mean, that's more of what it is. Like, just getting to the mechanic and seeing how it actually works and being able to play it in my head as a player in the arena.
There's some
Makes it
stuff in that that complicates it, but you just sort of don't have to actually worry about. Like sacrament happens during all of this, but like because of the placements that we've chosen, you shouldn't have to actually worry about getting hit by a sacrament. But you do need to know, however, that is what makes your positions. That's one of the things that makes the
Right.
positioning is quite strict.
Because northeast and northwest have to be a little careful.
Yeah, you
Because
could
if
be
they
in the
go
center
over
of that red
if they go
dot.
over the red dot, yeah, then they're in danger.
If you were going to call this strat anything besides oops, you'd call it red dot strat, where you just stand on the fucking red dots. So 5 and 6. But they're still like, that's the thing, they're still, it's like not even just about standing on them, it's about using them as reference points. And like,
Yeah, even 5 and
No.
6 concern themselves with the red dots for like almost all of their sequence.
what was I? Yeah, dot strat. And I think the
I have like 2 bites of hummus left. Hold on.
Yeah, you get it.
I guess the other sort of tricky part might be the second puddle soaks. I think a bit dangerous.
They are, especially if you're on like there's like one specific configuration. There's like a 1 in 4 chance of there being like one that has to stand on a very thin sliver of like one of the puddles.
Yeah, it'll just be whoever has the more southern soak. Yeah, it'll be for 7. I think it'll be if the well, yeah, well, it'll just be like you have to be careful because of Brute Justice's APOC ray, and then you have to be careful of the 5 and 6 dash that'll potentially cut through one of them. And I think the 7 soak is more dangerous than the 8 soak because it has, I think, a larger. Did it work?
Okay.
Alright, we need dance partner on Richard.
Oh.
Although it doesn't seem to matter so much.
Should make a macro to switch between those two. Hold on, let me test this real quick. Make it a lot easier to switch. Don't go just yet. Oh, can I not put a player name in macro?
No, you have to do not anymore. You have to do one of these. You have to do one of these.
Yeah, everything's ordered correctly. Okay, so he's 8. And Lena is always 6. I mean,
Yeah, I sort of saw that. I was thinking like, shouldn't Richard get the tail because he's getting dance partner?
okay,
But yeah,
so that
I
works,
can-
but 10 seconds and I can switch back. That'll make it a lot easier for me. Okey-doke.
Summon is still better, especially considering all the. Like Black Mage still has pretty good multi.
If
target.
if Airship says it's okay, then I'll leave it on you. I don't care. That's who you have to convince.
I think the only
I'll
thing
think
that
about it
was
later.
the only thing that was like potentially an issue would be Jag Dolls, but it seemed to be fine the like couple times that it's happened. Remember when we thought that you would be able to change like dance partner and like keep buff off on 2 people all the time? Man, what a shitty world that would be.
I wouldn't be here if I
don't
had to
think
do
a lot of
that.
people would be playing dance if you had like
Fuck.
multiple strategy. You had to like keep dance on 2 people.
It wouldn't be too much different to like Dragoon Tether.
No, you have to constantly change who it is. The thing is with Dragoon Tether, you don't. Well, I guess you could change who you're giving it to, just based on like who's in their burst window. But the thing is, because of the 2-minute cooldown, it's like you press it less, and like generally the fuck. I guess like you'd have your 2-minute burst target, your 4-minute burst target, and then your opener and 6-minute burst target. I think it'll be more annoying because it's a 60-second duration and a 30-second cooldown for standard. You'll potentially lose it on one target for a little bit. Good stuff.
Swap.
Stop.
Swap.
Oh. Okay.
Shield.
Purple.
Get your colors.
Debuffs.
Keep the S in position first.
Here.
We're getting quick save. Dance partner.
Yeah. I'm missing a lightning.
Rich is in the wrong position. He's just
Yeah.
gonna die. We'll have to just get him.
Yeah, Rich is dead. Oh, okay.
Okay, stack up. We're gonna go in front of Brute
Yeah,
Justice.
fine. Yep, that's fine.
Watch the heart.
I need more HP.
Ah, shit. Ah! Yeah, I reckon it goes through Resin Bomb and all involves. Wow. He can't even like Super Blood or Hallowed his Alpha Swords. They're too powerful.
Is that back crystal people? Not getting away from the crystals this time.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got to run directly to the edge.
Yeah, I
I'm
thought he
orb
would.
there.
I just ran to the wrong side
Alright.
because the Brute Justice has been on the left
You
yeah.
definitely.
the entire time, and this was the first time he was on the right, and I was like, ah, fuck.
Yeah. But
I missed. Start over.
but yeah, if you do have an orb, you do want to be more towards Alexander than like the other bosses. Well, like before the Tetra Shatter happen, like after they happen, you can sort of move into position a bit more.
Oh, he's gonna punch me. I don't like it.
They stand on each other? Not stand on each other.
Oh.
Oh, I think that's
Yeah, that ends it.
what? Ah, come here, Richard. I'm gonna kill you. Ah, damn it.
Neat. Government didn't go on.
Swap.
Swap.
Swap. Shield.
Green.
Swap. Take debuffs. DPS in.
Sure.
I'm gonna heal Footset. Dance partner.
Get out of here. Alright, bring us up.
Okay, stack.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, let's not do that.
Watch the heart. Shared sentence is gonna go left. Look at Root Justice.
Go. Bang.
Tank back.
Really is that?
Alright, there's the wormhole strat.
Primary Justice first.
Look at Crusader as well. Root Justice.
Do that. Oh. What went wrong there?
Well, I can tell you that I had a guest at one. I went to where Cruise Chaser was, faced out. I forgot to shortcast, so I died. But like,
Okay, well, that wouldn't have mattered until later. But someone like something messed up. So, what did you have, Richard? You have 8 or 7? Okay, so you should have been on my side, taking the first one. So you just went to the wrong side. I didn't see anyone else there. Wait, no, you should be on the opposite side doing the first one, right? I went to the right side. I think, yeah. I think, I had 5, 7. Whoever had 7, I think, might have been on the wrong side. Although I'm not sure that would have mattered until like slightly later.
what number did you
I mean,
have,
it
Zen?
matters
Like
because
a large number. Is it like 8?
it matters because once you're on the wrong side, you can't go back. You can fix it.
No, I know, but I'm saying it like someone messed up before that.
I
Like,
had 7. I think I was too far south there. I think I should have been more north.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. 7 would have been. Let's see.
you want for 7, you want to go
Yes, you should have just been a
directly.
bit. From where you were, yes, you wanted to be a bit more. You wanted to be on the east cardinal, basically.
Like there'll be a red dot there, and you wanna stand there, not in the puddle, just outside of it, and then after the first soak, you need to soak the second one, like slightly later. It'll be
People are starting to grok the general idea of what they need to do and get the timing down. I think when we're done for tonight, I'll probably get one more good pull in. When we're done for tonight, just let the information soak, look over those, and look over the strategy to make sure you understand everything. But it's going to be a case of just being mentally ready for the thing as it
That was,
approaches, which is like difficult.
Those when Alex was south, right?
I don't know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Alex, I just looked at him. But you,
Yeah,
you,
like,
need to drop this. You need to stop thinking about this.
What are you talking about? What do you think
You,
I'm talking?
what,
What do you think
worrying
I'm
about where Alex is in the arena, like, has got nothing to do with anything.
I'm not worried about Alex.
You
you
literally
keep
just
bringing it
asked.
up.
You literally
Keep
just asked
bringing up
us.
things that don't matter.
Yeah, but I'm not. Doesn't mean I'm concerned about it. I'm just saying. It's just
Oh, you asking the question doesn't mean you're concerned about it.
yeah. It
Okay.
doesn't,
No,
I'm not
do
trying
one
to say
more
anything.
pull.
Just,
Yeah, good pull in. Markers won't reset. It. So, yeah. You might have to do something based on something different. I don't know why it's not doing it based on what you're doing. I might take a look.
talk about the markers.
Yeah. If
They
it's not gonna
changed,
work.
right? That's why I was asking.
Oh, I forgot to clear the markers.
These are fun.
Wait, these markers are weird.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
I fixed them.
Yeah.
You know, back in my day, we didn't have fancy things like changing markers.
Didn't have fancy things like a D marker.
Yeah, see, also you just have the one or two of the D markers.
Yeah, we made do with 3 markers and we liked it.
Nightmare.
No.
No.
Yeah, they were definitely introduced in 2 point something.
What a nightmare. Still holding out for those 3 and 4 markers. Oh,
Why?
yeah.
I say just reset this one.
Punch.
It's like really fucked up. They like people wanted a 4th marker, but then they introduce the 5th and 6th marker. But then they don't go out of their way to like keep it. Like, why would they introduce D and not just 1, 2, and 3, right? That's my beef with it.
You want a 3 marker more than you want a D marker.
Yes, absolutely. I'll take a blue 3 over a purple D.
What? Why are the color the order matter?
Because of symmetry.
You have 2 markers of the same color. And then 2 ones that are just odd by themselves.
Careful. We've lost Lily's gauge for Shiltron, right? Something like that for later.
Swap.
That didn't hit you, did it?
Well,
Swap. Shit. Swap. Stay still, Lena. Okay, check debuffs.
water and lightning. Yep.
Weird. I'll heal for so. Dance partner.
Man, you know, I have this. Ooh. Jesus Christ. Oh.
I was saying, wasn't the this supposed to be over here?
Yeah.
I thought the
We were on Bridge
Well, guys,
Justice
back
side,
on,
weren't we?
DPS tether,
Okay,
right?
focus up, focus up.
I don't have provoke.
Alright, we can do it later.
Stack up. I'm gonna stand on group justice now. No, no. You need to be more north than that, Lena. More north than that.
Oh, right, right. Oh,
Oh, I got
someone
smoke
needs
there.
to go in the mid. Someone go mid. Close up. Okay.
Get out of that! No. Okay.
So watch the heart.
No, I have to I cannot
Okay,
save
Scanton's
for
left.
that one.
Oh.
Almost.
So what happened, like, hang on, where did I even die to? Because I feel like I was on the right side. It was the Brute Justice side. The lightnings, right? Unless I just, I'm pretty sure I didn't, so I was watching Richard and he jumped over towards Cruise Chaser. So,
Which
yeah, we were running. Yeah, we were running airship.
which person had an orb that was
I think it
orb
was an
side
Alpha
of the
Sword.
PJ?
I think the far side blue.
Oh, okay. So yes, the blue tether, the DPS on the
Well-
blue tether was
well,
not close enough to Cruise Chaser.
That, and like technically you can be like pretty far out, but it depends on how close the two people around Brute Justice are. So those people should also try not to be like slightly further away from Cruise Chaser. The tether person on Cruise Chaser side should also be slightly in. You don't want to be too far in, just like a couple steps. It's like if because the red dots will be like here, right? You want it, so instead of being at the edge in the middle of the red dot, you just walk in like this far.
Yeah, like a marker's distance, I'd say, away, like from the center of the
No,
red
it's
dot.
not. It's not always going to be on the DPS. The people who stack with the tether are going to always be on the brute justice side.
Yeah, it is definitely not. It is not DPS stats.
Not bad.
You just
Yeah,
can't. Cruise Chaser might be on that side, and you can't all eat like a Cruise Chaser leave. So you need to be on Brute Justice's side, where you're not going to get cleaved by Cruise Chaser.
So I was too far. Is that
Were you the
Yeah.
tether?
I was the first blue tether, if that's what we're talking about.
Okay,
Yes,
yes,
I was
that's okay, but that's a problem that's understandable because that's like we were operating under the assumption that if you had the tether at max range, you would be the closest to Cruise Chaser. But it turns out if the people who are underneath Brute Justice are like a bit close to, like resolving the flamethrower mechanic a bit close to Cruise Chaser, they can be slightly closer to Cruise Chaser than you as the tether person, and therefore misdirect that cleave. So you just kind of have to be. It's just a lesson for everybody that if you are the blue tether closer to Cruise Chaser, you need to be in a little bit just to make sure that you're baiting it.
Not nearly as close as the other two people are towards him, but still slightly closer than if you were in the middle of the red dot.
Yeah, I would say like a marker and a half away from the edge of the wall.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Well, yeah. At that point, we had a bunch of deaths.
Yeah, that was.
I
Well,
don't think there's any recovery there.
I think it would have been fine because I think that means someone. I think the problem with a DPS. Either.
Yeah, they were missing a bait,
No,
which is
no.
what ultimately killed us because it turned to the party
Well,
and just.
I think no, because someone got
Really
confused and went to the wrong side of DPS because they had the healer no debuff. There was 4 people with the stack. I don't know if it was. I think it was Lena and Rich. I think Rich had the. Wait.
I ran towards the stack by accident, which out of like seeing it later.
Okay, that was just you there and being on the wrong side. By
However,
accident.
I'm not sure if that actually makes a difference.
It does
Rich
because
had a
if you're
house-
if you
house arrest.
because that means you had the Vuln.
Oh,
If you
okay, that
and that
makes
means you
sense.
can't. Yeah. But I
I mean,
think
so
they're.
would have died, but
Yeah, if you go to tank side, you cannot do the cleave.
Because technically, when the debuffs go out, 2 people can be dead. I think because there's gonna be both healers don't have any mechanics on them, and well, actually, I think one tank as well. But if you get raised up after that, you can still stack. You can still resolve them
Yeah.
properly, technically, but it's gonna be a bit harder.
yeah, I was looking at the party list because of the raises. I was trying to get people up like to high enough health for like Brute Justice jump and such, and like just missed where the heart went and guessed. And
Are we stopping here?
yeah, we're not doing another pull.
I have a question for that, the orb part.
All
The
right.
person that was sort of should be on the north side, but opposite of BJ, right? It felt like it was coming too close to like like a cardinal side. Hmm. So
You
in
think it
fear,
wasn't not enough?
if in fear of detonating too close together, I purposely exploded mine later than it should be, so that just for that. But that also meant that I was too close to the explosion of the crystal and that killed. It
Yeah.
was a better
So
idea,
people